Reactions of amines. Here in this video we are going to discuss some reactions of amines. I have taken this amine here. This may be aromatic or this may be aliphatic. So in general I have taken this RNH2. So very first reaction we are going to discuss is the reaction with acid. We know, if you have already seen my previous video, that the amines are bases. So when this base is treated with acid, either organic or inorganic acid, we get a salt. So this is acid-base reaction or the neutralization reaction. So in first reaction I have taken here the general form of acid. This is protic acid. Acids gives protons. Now see, when this acid is treated with this primary amine or amine, this lone pair takes this proton from the acid, and once that lone pair is consumed, we get this ammonium ion. This ammonium ion combines with the negative part of this acid to form a salt. So this is actually a salt formation reaction. Now usually we need acid whose pKa value is less than 10. Whose pKa value is less than 10. So we have to select that much acid. That acid. HCl, H2SO4 are inorganic acids, but acetic acid can do this reaction. So separately I have given 3 examples of this reaction. So when it is treated with HCl, it forms actually alkyl ammonium chloride. So you can remove that positive charge. So this alkyl ammonium chloride is a salt. So when this is treated with H2SO4, it forms bisulfate of sulfate, and when it is treated with acetic acid, it forms acetate. Alkyl ammonium acetate. So in this way, this base is converted to the salt. One important thing related to this reaction I want to add here, that alkyl amines are soluble in organic acid, but when we form its salt, these salts are actually soluble in water. So we can use this reaction for the separation of alkyl amine from the organic solvent or from any other mixture. So this is the application of this reaction. So now I am moving toward the next reaction. This is actually called acetylation reaction. So for acetylation, I am using acetic anhydride. So this is acetic anhydride. I'll write its structure here so you can understand this reaction properly. So this acetic anhydride reagent is used for the acetylation. What is acetylation? Here, one hydrogen of this NH2 is replaced with acetyl group. So this group is acetyl, which I have circled here. So you have to remove just one hydrogen and add at the place of hydrogen this acetyl group. So the hydrogen which you have taken from this NH2 will go and join here to produce acetic acid. So the byproduct is acetic acid. So in this way, it's a very simple reaction. So in this way you can use acetic anhydride for the acetylation. So actually acetylation means nothing but the replacement of hydrogen with acetyl group. This reaction is called acetylation. So this is produced, this is actually amide or N-substituted amide, or here N-alkyl. If you consider this as an alkyl group, then this is N-alkyl amide, and if it is aromatic ring or aromatic group, then it is called N-aryl amide. So we get here amide after the acetylation. One more reaction I have included here, the similar kind of reaction, but instead of using this reagent, I am using this acetyl chloride. Now see, the same is similar reaction, only H will go with Cl to produce HCl, and this acetyl portion will take the position of hydrogen, so which is taken here in this reaction. So you are getting same product, N-alkyl or N-aryl amide. So this reaction again called acetylation reaction. So for this acetylation reaction, you can use either acetic anhydride or acetyl chloride. Now I am moving toward the next reaction. This is actually just SN2 type reaction. So this is acting as a nucleophile, and this is the substrate. Very small substrate we need for this reaction. Now you can see here this pair is given to this carbon and this I is removed. So we get actually one hydrogen is replaced with methyl group. So we get here N-methylated product. So, but when you are using this methyl iodide in excess, you cannot stop this reaction at the first stage. So again this reaction continues till all hydrogens are exhausted. So the next hydrogen is targeted. Now you have to replace another hydrogen and add CH3. Now both hydrogens are replaced with this methyl group. But still you are having one lone pair. So that lone pair actually again doing the cis 2 reaction, acting on this CH3, and this I is removed. Now this I will join as a counter ion this anion, and we get here quaternary ammonium salt. So in this way we can convert primary, secondary or tertiary amine into quaternary ammonium salt. You remember this reaction because this reaction is used for another reaction which is called Hofmann elimination reaction. So this is also called Hofmann exhaustive methylation. So we are actually doing exhaustive methylation. We are replacing 2 hydrogen and 1 lone pair from the amino group to convert or to form quaternary ammonium salt. So this quaternary ammonium salt is used for the Hofmann elimination that we are going to discuss after this video. I'll prepare one separate video for Hofmann elimination reaction. So this is called Hofmann exhaustive methylation, and second part of this reaction is Hofmann elimination that we'll discuss in separate video. So in this way, this is called methylation reaction. So we can remove both hydrogens, or how many might be one hydrogen or no hydrogen, as well as lone pair we remove from this compound. One more reaction we are going to discuss, which is actually related to the practical. We can find out whether the compound is primary amine or not. That may be aromatic, that may be aliphatic, or that may be aromatic amine, but primary amine. When primary amine is treated with chloroform in presence of KOH, potassium hydroxide, we get alkyl or aryl isocyanide, which is having very bad smell. If bad smell is coming during this reaction, we can easily predict that this is a primary amine. So the given compound is primary amine. So always there is formation of 3KCl and 3H2O, but you are using chloroform and KOH in 1:3 ratio. So this is 1 and this is 3. So, and the byproduct is 3KCl and 3H2O. This alkyl or aryl isocyanide is actually having very bad smell, and from that bad smell we can recognize whether the amine is primary or not. This is also called carbylamine test. So this carbylamine test also we have discussed here. So in this way we have discussed these 1, 2, 3 and 4 reactions. Remaining reactions we will discuss in next video. Thank you.